This is TWiT.
More earnings? I thought actually, this is a big story. The Lenovo's earnings, right?
Yeah. So Lenovo is the world's biggest PC maker.
They're number one. Dell used to be their number one.
Yeah. HP was for a while. It's been Lenovo, I don't remember, several years.
That's still the top three, though, right? Dell, HP, and Lenovo. They kind of trade places.
I mean, Dell's doing everything they can to get out of the top three, but yeah, it's so. But yeah, this has been kind of a weird year for the PC. I mean, obviously, there's a Windows 10 end of life thing happening, this year, and we're not in an age where we're going to get a lot of upgrades like we did in the past, but whatever.
You don't think businesses are going to say, okay, fine, we're just.
They are, but they do this on their own schedule, right?
Yeah,
right.
They do, and you do it when your hardware is coming out of warranty, right? 4-year mark, 5-year mark.
Yeah,
we no longer turn to get the latest. We turn because we can't afford the maintenance.
I'm not a tax guy, but what are the rules about amortizing the cost across years? Like, can you write them off for 5 years and depreciate over 5 years?
Pretty much,
yeah.
Because they have no value at the end of 5 years.
Right. So that's going to be the time frame.
Amortize
how
the
long
cost.
How long can we depreciate these? Before we're done.
I apologize.
The doorbell.
There you go.
He's getting a delivery.
Yeah.
If it's Chipotle, I'm going to be disappointed. It better be a PC. So what's the tax? What's the tax deal? You could. Lisa would know this. They did change, though. I saw that was
maybe in the U.S. I mean, the deal's pretty much been all the same. Machines are essentially valueless once you buy them. Right?
Yeah, 3 years, 5 years. What?
Well, we used to turn them every 2 because the upgrades were substantial. You could measure the productivity boost, and you got new machines. But that stopped a decade plus ago.
Yeah.
It just
processors aren't vastly faster.
And so really it was about, hey, these out of warranty machines aren't worth the maintenance cost. So you don't wait for them to fail and replace them. You just flop them at 5 years.
Right.
And then most hardware leases are structured that way too. Right. That's the simplest way to go. They're all 60-month leases.
So there is a time frame, roughly 5 years, where at this point you've fully depreciated the product. It's worthless.
Yep.
And you would get after 5 years, you get a benefit from upgrading. It would be a better
incremental, depending on what kind of work you're doing. That's all questionable. The bigger thing is just support and reliability. And you get the latest OS, which has been true for a couple of years now. Pretty much you're just buying machines with 11 on them already.
Right.
But I don't see anybody rolling over early. They'll play the ESU game or whatever's necessary to turn over their hardware when the hardware expires.
Did you get your Uber Eats, Paul? Was it is it food?
So we have a UPS that has delivery has to be signed for. So
I know that feeling.
I'm like,
I hate that.
12:45 to 2:45. My wife's like, "Do I have to be here?" I'm like, "Yeah, you have to be here." I'm on.
So they're right on time at 3:15. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I saw the truck out there while you do it. I went and grabbed another drink and. I could see the truck. I was like, oh, maybe I'll luck out and he'll just come. And then, of course, he came right after we started recording again.
That's fine. That's sorry. All right. So that's okay. I was getting tax advice from Richard anyway.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
This is an IT perspective, right? Like
that's what I
deal
wanted,
with machines differently than consumers do. Like heck,
exactly.
So you use your machine till it falls apart.
It's not coincidental that the top 3 PC makers are also major sellers of commercial PCs, right? Mm-hmm. Only in the top 5, well, maybe that's not fair, but I would say in the top 5, only Apple is kind of, specifically focusing on consumers. I mean, obviously they sell a lot.
Yeah, but they have a fraction of the market, right?
Yeah. Well, they're not that bad. They're probably in 4th place. I mean, they're they're doing pretty good. It's like
because they're the only ones that make it. That's the difference,
I guess. I mean, they make good computers. I'm not dumping on them for that. Oh, they're excellent.
Yeah. No.
But they don't have the presence in the commercial market like Lenovo, HP, and Dell do, obviously. But
so Lenovo had a banner.
Yeah. So this is the thing that it doesn't actually make any sense, right? So we've had the tariff issues going on. We've got this, end of life thing that isn't really going to trigger a huge boom. We've had
how much of this maybe was to get ahead of the tariffs? You think?
That's what I would think.
Yeah. That could be some of it. But they set records. They set records on piece unit volumes, on revenues. Their market share is higher than it's ever been. Wow. so this is, you know, it's a low margin business. So 389 million on revenues of almost 18.9 billion in one quarter. But those are 108 and 22% gains year over year. Like those are big numbers for a PC maker.
Their revenue doubled.
Yeah, like you could. Wow. Well, their profit probably doubled. I don't think the revenue doubled, right?
No, the revenue doubled. The profit was up 22%. Oh yeah, vice versa.
Yeah, it's profit.
Profit doubled.
You wouldn't see revenue double. But the look, HP, to my knowledge, has not yet done their earnings, probably because they're not going to look anything like this. Dell did, and their PC business is, you know, struggling. Frankly, I mean, they just rebranded everything. They're terrible. But that's what you would expect for these companies. I mean, it's not a great market, but like, and by the way, you know, Lenovo does do other things. I mean, they do have a group. Well, they have phones as well, but the Motorola phones aren't that great. And revenue wise, they do have an infrastructure group that does server and AI stuff and whatever. But you know, 13.5 of the 18.8 billion in revenues came right from computers. Like it doesn't make any sense. But
it's really spectacular.
Yeah, good for them. So that's neat. Anyway, just thought that was kind of interesting.
It isn't that they make massively better. I mean, they make good hardware.
They make great computers. And they are also doing a lot of experimentation, right? Chris Hoffman, remember he showed us that kind of rolling screen device.
That was
like
wild.
A ThinkBook. Like,
that was wild.
But they're always doing stuff like this. Like they're always, you know, I have a double screen laptop that's in right now that I find infuriating. But, you know, they're experimenting. Like they're like, and maybe this is tied a little bit to that conversation up top. It's like where things are changing. Like what's this going to turn into? You know, we'll see. It's going to turn into a giant phone. That's what.
Are they they're the number one PC maker now?
Yep.
By far.
Yeah, they have 25% market share. That's unit sales. This quarter, 30% of the computers they sold were AI PCs, which means they have an NPU, right? So it's not Copilot plus PC, but also the Intel chips that don't qualify for that would fall into that bucket. It's also
they're also really good for Linux. I know that's not.
Yeah, right. Well, because they support.
Not important.
No, it is important. Well, because Dell does a pretty good job at this too, by the way.
Yes, Dell actually sells
like
Linux
officially
based.
supporting the drivers and all that stuff, and then selling the computers with Linux on there if you want, right? No, that's important. I mean, that's good. But yeah, I don't know that that's important to their revenues or whatever. But right. I like that they do it. It's good. No, it's just like the more.
Do you recommend? You think the Lenovo makes the best laptops? Is that your favorite laptop?
So, oh boy,
these are real personal preference kinds of things.
It is because there's not that much real difference.
No, not
well, yeah. I mean, I have a I really like the Microsoft stuff, which is stupid, right? I would never recommend this to most people, but I really do like the Surface laptop, for example. But HP or Lenovo, I would say those are both right, kind of neck and neck, and it depends.
ThinkPad or.
Yeah, I would go ThinkPad X1. You know, I wish there was a ThinkOne X1 Carbon 16-inch without a numeric keypad. Like that would be close to being perfect because it's so light. But there are HP laptops like that. I just bought a 16-inch HP base level Snapdragon X laptop for like $600. It's unbelievable.
Wow,
unbelievable.
What, that you bought a laptop?
I bought it. Yeah. Well, it is. I bought. So, by the way,
why would you buy a laptop, Paul?
Because they won't send me the cheap ones. I wanted to see what it was like, and it's. I can't stop using it. It's so good. I don't even know what to do. Like it's a problem.
Yeah.
But I have bought 3 computers now since the beginning of last year, and I had before that not bought a. Well, I buy used computers actually. But as far as like buying a brand new computer, I couldn't even tell you when the last one I bought was. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this is not coincidental. All 3 of them are ARM. You know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Actually 4 if you count the one I bought for my daughter. So yeah, I mean that's where my head's at. So I would say Lenovo or HP. Yeah, and go for the premium segment devices, not the.
Yes.
The consumery ones.
Yes. You don't want consumer PCs.
Well, unless you like crapware and terrible, you know.
Nobody likes crap.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
But to be clear, there is no Copilot Plus PC that's specifically aimed at the business market yet. This is still a consumer product line.
I mean, right? There technically are, in the sense that like the Snapdragon ThinkPad T whatever that's a T14. You know, there's an EliteBook. I think it's called Ultra X or whatever, which is just a laptop. But technically is a business laptop. But they don't. I think the thing that's interesting about Copilot Plus PC, if you look at the few models that are in that part of the market, they're really selling to individuals, and there's always an Intel or AMD equivalent.
Yep.
Whereas on the consumer side, you will see unique devices, here and there, because there's no, they don't have to worry about, upsetting anyone. They're not going to suddenly just drop x86 or whatever for like ThinkPad X1 Carbon. But they'll do like one T version, that's okay. And then they'll do an AMD and an Intel, right? And that's an interesting example of a laptop where you can actually get all three, and then you can kind of compare them, like head apples to apples or whatever.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this little highlight from a much better show, and longer too, called Windows Weekly. The whole link to the show is right below me. And of course, we stream live right here every Wednesday. You can watch us do our thing or download it here or in your favorite podcast player. Best thing to do? What do they say? Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.